Everyone, welcome back to the shop for another episode of Lift Arc Reviews. My name is Tay Whiteside. Next to me, as always, is
Frank Ray from Arc 3 Gases.
One thing that's very cool, other than gas, we say this all the time, other than gases, you guys sell so many things that benefit the metal worker of every scale. Particularly medium shops like mine, you guys have a ton of stuff. And in this case, we are looking at two different new offerings of benchtop chop bandsaws. What's the technical name for these? What sort of tool? It's like a chop saw, but it's a bandsaw.
They call it a utility saw, but a benchtop utility saw or chop saw. Everybody knows chop saw.
Right. But unlike those clunky, messy, like
abrasive 14-inch blade, sparks and fire.
So bad. The second I realized that these things exist, I was still working at Black Dog, and we had one of those abrasive wheel chop saws forever. And I was like, guys, there is a better way. And I literally, at Black Dog, rushed out somewhere and bought one of these. It might have been to the local Arc 3 store. They didn't want to buy it, but I was the metal worker, and I was tired of using that saw. So I spent my own money on literally one of these H&M saws, and it's probably still there right now unless they finally broke it. But this was 12 years ago. So ever since then, and when I started my own shop, because I didn't have any money, went to a local store and picked up the clutch something or other. But the reason it says Old Faithful is it does still technically work, but it is clunky, and I'm not even sure how accurate it is anymore. But when I do field work, I grab this thing and run into the field, and I've actually done a lot of railings and stuff with this thing. I am in desperate need of an upgrade, and you guys are sellers of the H&M saw. So H&M does all sorts of scale on the different saw models they offer, but tell me about their offerings in this size, this world.
So this is part of the H&M lineup. They've got it right on the saw, but it's a company called Femi.
Got it.
F-E-M-I. They're made in Italy.
Sweet.
And but it's a really quality product, and just like you attested years and years ago, decades ago, we were selling these.
Right.
It's still a product. It's still exactly the same as then. It's hard to improve on something that just really works good.
Right.
And the hem saw line is the actual H&M saws are from like your Ellis size saw all the way up to big industrial H-mounted saws.
Where they're powered and cooled and everything.
Big blades, and this is kind of their small market for benchtop cutting or on job sites.
And they've got a bunch of different ranges.
So
this is sort of the cheaper one.
Right, there's a few in this series where it's kind of budget conscious, but really good saws, and then this starts a little bit higher quality as you go up.
Right.
Variable speed versus 2-speed motors and larger cut capacities.
Right.
This is kind of the biggest in the benchtop line before you get into a unit that's got wheels on it, kind of like a dolly that you put down.
And then of course, everyone is familiar with the free range version of this, which has become ever so popular, the Portaband. And there's companies that make kits out there that you can take name brand Portabands, wrestle them into some fixture, and then it turns it into a chop saw. But if you use a wireless one, you're still constrained by batteries. And if you use another one, you've taken a beautiful portable tool and made it not portable, which is the whole point of a Portaband. You know, if I go to the scrapyard or the steel place and I don't have my big truck with me, you bring this so you can chop it in half or whatever.
But if you need to make some straight cuts,
this is not the go-to because it's going all over the place.
You're going to be welding. As soon as you cut it, you don't want to have a big old gap on one side or whatever.
In short, we have two offerings from one of, I think, the most visible and leading companies in this region. And we're going to fully explore what we have here. Let's start with this guy.
Well, being a chop saw, it chops like that. So you've got 2 speeds on it once you turn it on, and your little speed meter is right there. slow and fast.
And then there's it's
and then
trigger
it's
operated.
trigger actuated. You just
Pay
like
no
that.
attention to the trigger that I've wrapped in
Yeah.
a metal wire over here.
You've got the automatic trigger
Yeah.
on there.
Perma trigger.
And then a clamp for your material. You loosen this up and you can,
Miter it.
as soon as I get it loosened up,
She's fresh.
you can
yeah.
miter up to 45 degrees.
One-sided, 45 degrees.
So that's
It's still
nice.
all that this one ever did, you know, so you got to have that for sure.
Yeah, so the way you've got variable speed on this one, you've
Which
got
I was
miter
surprised to
capability.
see, honestly.
Yeah.
But I never, first off, I don't know what to do with that, so I always just left it on fast.
Right, yeah.
So maybe it'd be nice to see actually how you're intended
They put
to use
you a
it.
nice little chart right here that talks about
Thickness and type
thickness
of material.
and blade. You can get different blades for it with different teeth,
Right.
and then aluminum, and it tells you where it needs to be in terms of speed. And you can put a material stop. If you
Through
got some
there.
long or some repeated stuff, you can adjust this in where you can slide your material in
Yeah, no,
to
those
get
are
repeated cuts.
Those are great. I use
Yep.
stops all the time. But so really, if you're watching this video and you've looked at these at all, so this one has all your basic features. You've got an adjustable, looks like
Yeah, you can.
bearing area. Oh, this is your guard you can bring down later, but
Yeah, but
this
you
will
can
adjust
slide
your
that
throat.
in. If you got a wide stuff, you don't want to.
Or
But you
thin
got some
stuff.
thin stuff, you tighten that up.
So 45 degree, single miter. This one claims 4 1/8 inch cutting capacity. That is straight on.
90 degrees.
Once you miter, because of physics, it's going to get smaller and smaller. But this is probably the most analogous to what
Right. Yeah.
I assume many other people are used to seeing at their local, box tool store, basically. What I am curious about, what do we got over here? So
This saw you get
and this
larger
is the
capacity. This is the NG120 XL.
got it. Same company, same color scheme. It's recognizable.
Yep. So you get larger cut capacity. You get variable speed motor.
Okay. So from
So you can
1
speed
to
up to
6,
slow
but
down.
lots of in betweens
Your
there.
miter capability goes all the way to 60.
Ah, yeah. There's a way to
There's
set
a
it
stop here, but you can change the stop and go all the way to 60 degrees.
That is sweet.
I guess the big deal about this saw, it uses the same blade as that one.
Okay.
So that's nice in terms of if you had both saws or whatever,
Yeah.
we stock the same blade for either one.
Cool.
But the blade on this one runs in reverse.
So I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And
so
what are they saying that does for the saw?
it speeds up your cut. And
Interesting.
we'll test that. We'll
Maybe
put
we have
the
a race.
same material in both saws and see who cuts faster.
Okay.
But
little drag race.
Yeah.
The only thing that I've heard in regards to that, benefit-wise, other than cut speed now, is the chips.
right,
This one's flinging the chips into all the sensitive stuff.
yeah,
Like especially where the body of the saw is resting on here.
Right.
So as you pivot, if you don't clean it off, you're grinding the chips into the table,
exactly.
which I'm sure there's seals or brushes or something down here. But here,
You're
it's
throwing all
throwing
your
the chips off the
so-
table.
So you pick up speed and it's clearing your material
Yeah.
out. Another added benefit here is you can see it. It's a cast aluminum machined base
Yeah, that's huge.
instead of just stamp pressed.
So it's definitely more accurate.
Yep.
If you're counting thousandths, this is the one you want.
Yeah.
It's not really any heavier as far as I can tell. In fact,
Yeah.
this one feels lighter just from the pickup
Yeah.
position. But I mean, you're not, it is lighter.
Oh, yeah.
Have you thought?
I guess aluminum base. Maybe
Yeah,
that
have
makes
you
it-
felt that?
Oh, yeah.
Feel that versus that.
Yeah.
That's a bigger saw
Yeah.
that weighs less. That's actually really cool.
You can
Yeah,
just about-
I will say, for what I paid for this, which was not, well, I'd take that back. This was right around $400, but that was 10-ish, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is probably more now. I haven't checked, but
Yeah.
it's clearly overseas, and it is loud as heck. And one thing I will say about this saw that really drives me nuts is I buy all my bandsaw blades from a local source, either you guys or one of my buddies who runs an abrasives place. It's just who has what, whatever. No saw, no blade that I can find from a local reputable brand will fit this saw. I have to go back to the place I bought it, buy their weird like blade that they hopefully still have, you know, because this thing's so old. It's the only one that will fit. It's the only one that will run true. I can't get any, you know, German or American high quality blade. Even if it's the same specs, it will not ride correctly on this saw.
Oh, really?
So to me, that's like 90% of the saw is like your blade and being able to get them locally.
And this is made in Italy.
My welders are Italian.
Yeah.
I like Italian equipment.
But H&M Saw is the U.S. Distributor supporter of this. They're out in the West, I think Oklahoma.
Okay, great.
And Arc 3 Gases is a distributor for H&M Saw and Femi.
Yeah, that's great.
So we stock the blades. If you, it may be argued that, you know, you've got local support on this because you can go buy another one.
That's not support.
But if you went to the store that sold this and asked them questions about this, problems you were having,
no clue.
They would have no clue.
Right. So I think the first thing I want to do is a sound test.
Okay, yeah.
Because I want to show you, and hopefully this comes through on camera, I literally have to wear ear protection when I use this thing. The motor is so loud.
Yeah.
Are you ready? It's just right in that register that's kind of annoying.
What?
What? It's not even cutting anything. Now maybe that's why this is here. Nope, still loud. So now, I hope this works out. We have not fired either one of these up yet, so let's see how it compares the 782 XL. Right.
So we're on.
Is it on fast?
We'll put on fast speed.
All right, here we go. Yeah, definitely a lot less loud. You can still hear the gears and stuff in there turning, but definitely a lot less loud. And now, NG120 XL, all the way fast. Oh, yeah.
That's wide open.
You know what? That sound is very familiar. This must be the one I bought for Black Dog back in the day.
Might have been, yeah.
That sound is burned into my brain.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's go back and forth, shall we?
All right.
A symphony.
The clutch something or other saw test, audio test. What? God, that's loud. And now it's even more obvious how loud it is. All right, 120 XL NG. Wow, it's so much better. So much better. As far as something you use every day.
Yeah.
So, I am very eager to run these through their paces. But one thing before we make some chips that I have noticed is that there's one accessory over here that I'm very curious about. So, I do not think I am alone in the belief that a vertical bandsaw is a giant upgrade for a custom fab shop.
Yeah.
Of any kind. Especially if you're in the automotive world where you're doing sheet cuts or tube cuts or anything like that. And vertical bandsaws are heavy, they take up a lot of space, and they're usually really expensive for a nice one. This is a table that converts this, the 782 XL, into a vertical bandsaw.
That's right.
I'm very, very eager to check this out, shall
Once
we?
you assemble the table.
Yeah, which only took us a few minutes, just following the instructions. So this thing folds 90, and I believe that makes this, you said that's what makes this one unique, right? This is one of the few that does this.
It doesn't work on the larger, more higher capacity saws, but on the low end of the market, the entry level saws, this will fit.
That's actually cool to see something offered on the lower side.
Yeah.
It's almost like they know that someone who buys the cheaper one is like, they're putting a lot of their hard-earned cash up, you know.
They need versatility.
They need it to
They
be
need a big bang for the buck.
Yeah, that's huge. So it just clamps in the vise.
Yep.
Which I made, oh God, I wish I still had it. I saw this on the one that I bought forever ago, and I made a homemade version for my little El Cheapo saw over here. Because of this design, it's brilliant. It just uses the clamp that's already on the machine. But what's cool that we noticed on this one, it's got a little leg that's adjustable.
So you can level the table.
And it keeps it nice and firm.
And there's stops on the back of the bracket that goes in the vise
that keeps this guy straight up and down. So I know we've got some drag races planned, but I just can't help myself. Is it cool if I run some material through this?
Yeah, let's do that.
So I have a question. It's trigger operated.
Yep.
Do I need to hold the trigger while I do it?
Yeah, you do.
I would definitely hack this thing if it was mine.
Yeah.
Not that they probably don't want me to say that, but I would bypass the trigger.
Yeah, zip tie or something.
Can you hold the trigger for me?
Yes. All right, we're on.
Yeah, we're on 2. Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Well, it does vertical bandsaw things. I mean, just to have that, and you've got 3, to the bearings, 2.5.
2 3/4. Yeah.
2 3/4.
2.5 to the bearings.
So 2.5-inch throat, which is probably, by 3 or so. It's great for little adjustment jobs, but this is going to be a lot more precise than, again, those portaband deals that hold this up and make it into a vertical bandsaw. So
well, and I've even tried to cut a notch like that before with a zip wheel.
Oh yeah.
And you gotta, if you don't want it rounded off, you gotta get it straight in. And whenever I'm done, I'm like, man,
now I gotta file
not
it.
Square at all.
Yeah.
So
cool part is that there's no like flashing or draw, so it's a pretty good cut.
Clean cut.
Yeah, for sure.
And cool. It didn't get hot.
It's a cold saw, right?
Yeah.
Well, cool. That is, I mean, you guys can imagine what you use that for. I don't think you need to see us do a bunch of demos there. This is the kind of thing that you might have one thought when you see it. You're like, oh yeah, that would help me for that one project. But once you have it, and then you go through your normal workflow, you'll be like, oh, well, I have a tool for that. That's the best part about buying new tools, is that once you have it, you're like, you can think differently.
Right.
I would honestly leave it. It's so easy to convert because you just crack that loose, and then it's off.
Yep.
And then you have your saw back.
Ready to go.
I mean, what was that? 3 seconds?
And
Pretty
it's
sweet.
a little, it's a little hard having to hold the trigger for the vertical part, but what this is designed to do, you're going to be holding the handle anyway, bringing it down. So the trigger is designed for that chop saw mode.
It'll work like this a lot more than this.
Exactly.
If you're only using a vertical bandsaw, you're probably not going to buy this.
Right.
You're going to buy a vertical bandsaw.
Yeah.
This is just
added function to your primary purpose.
And I'm not going to say anything about this. You get the idea. You should definitely not do that. Okay? Don't ever do that.
Not supported by ARC3.
Yeah, that's right. Do not.
All right, so what I'm going to do, see that? I'm going to take some of this solid steel bar, which is, I can't speak to the grade because this came out of the old machine shop. For all I know, it might be stainless. Appears to be 2 1/8.
Yeah.
Solid round bar. I'm going to cut a piece on this.
All right.
We'll time it. Now, I can't speak to the health of this blade, but as I already stated, I can't find any replacements anywhere, so I've just been dealing with it. I'll cut a piece here, we'll time it, and then we'll have 2 pieces of this available to do a drag race on this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But what I am gonna do is wear some ears, because it is loud. This might be the last cut she ever makes. You feel that harmonic in there too? It doesn't like that. We're gonna be here for a minute. If you push down the right amount, it stops vibrating. Might be about to lose that blade. It's not a bad cut. So I'll take the little brother. Is it okay if I get this dirty?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
It'll wipe off.
Because I'm gonna get it dirty. So you all clamped in? It'll take about 1 inch off. You can just eyeball it. But now, obviously, there are better ways to clamp round material in square vices, but this should do for our testing. I think I've got enough bearing clearance here. Now, I will say this about these saws, and I've found this to be true for most of them. Maybe this one's different, but when it comes to bearing alignment, like the old horizontal bandsaws had 5,000 adjustments on them. They had this, they had this, they had, I had an old Johnson horizontal bandsaw from the 1940s. And you needed a whole socket set and a whole Allen set and micrometers and squares and all stuff. You had to work, piece by piece all the way through to square. These don't seem to need any of that.
It's just With this one, you can adjust both sides of the bearings.
You can adjust how much the bearings clamp on it, right?
Yeah, and with this one, it's just one side, but you just want to, all you have to do is just not have a whole lot of extra blade outside of your material.
I think nowadays too, blades are a lot better than they used to be. Mm-hmm. These are the ones where the teeth kind of go both sides, right?
Yeah, it's got more set so that it can maintain that curve all the way down.
I've heard that helps steer it through, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And if you damage your blade and it starts to walk left or right, it's usually because one half of those teeth have been damaged, and so it's just pushing itself.
Exactly.
So that's a dead giveaway that you need to change the blade. All right, so 2 minutes and 30 seconds to beat. We are, okay, so following the chart, anything over 1.25 inches on my side is asking for, it's actually telling me to put it in on speed 1.
And mine says 3 out of 6.
Because you're here, yeah, greater than, here, yeah, greater
than it, gotcha.
You're actually down to 1 as well. So it's saying that a slower speed is the way to do it on bigger stuff. All right, are you ready?
Yep.
Count us down, Walker.
All right, you're gonna have to press the button.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dude, you're cruising. Look at that. Holy cow. That's not good. My natural inclination is to turn the speed up over here.
Yeah, I got my.
Is there a chance these blades aren't broken in? Do you need to break them in?
I don't think you need to.
I didn't think so. I'm not even halfway done.
Yeah, twice as fast.
Blade's fine. Oh, I do see that this was a much more coarse.
Yeah.
And that one's more coarse too. Looks like this one shipped with a much more fine blade.
Yeah.
Which does explain this thick stuff. But you said they're both the same size, right, blade?
Right.
Time. 6 minutes and 3 seconds. So this thing smoked everything.
Yes.
Right.
For sure.
Let's run this one again now that your bearings are in the right place. You don't need to stop, and we'll time it.
And we'll do a sliver.
Yeah, there you go. Really test it. You ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1, go. That thing is, wow.
And look where all my chips are.
Yeah, not back here. This one, it covers up all your everything. We can make our own currency.
That's right.
This will be our first coin, the Lift Arc 3 coin.
Yeah.
You're at 40 seconds and you're almost halfway through.
Yeah. It'll slow down now.
Yeah.
It'll pick back up at the beginning.
Yeah. 2 minutes and
30
14 seconds. Ah,
It's hot.
that's extremely hot. That is really impressive.
And that illustrates, I guess more so than like checking across the top square, you can cut slivers.
Let's put calipers on it. Let's see. It's cooled down now. So at the top, where the cut started, we're at 0.076.
Okay.
0.076. And at the bottom, where it finally broke off, we're at 0.069.
So within
So we're
7
6 thousandths away, top to bottom.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Some machine shops don't even work within 6 thousandths. I mean, side to side, 0.07. This side, 0.067.
Yeah.
So I mean, you've got a 6 or 7 thou of inconsistency, which is almost non-existent in bandsaw world. That's really impressive.
Yeah, so what value, that's $20 coin right there?
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Well, with
$20.
when you consider overhead, shop time, workers' comp, at least 20 bucks.
This was a good test to show speed of cut and cutting the sliver. But I guess most of the people watching are probably not going to be cutting 2-inch round stock.
No, the only reason I have 2-inch round is because I cleaned out a 100-year-old machine shop.
Yeah.
I would never I have not had a reason to buy that in the, well, hell, the 20 years I've been a welder, much less the 6 years I've been on my own.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, that's what a machine shop would buy to make parts.
Right.
Not what most fabricators buy to build
Yeah.
whatevers. So that was, but we started worst case scenario first, which, there you go, internet, the torture test. We're not pussyfooting, you can't say pussyfooting. What's the PG version of that? We're not playing around here. We're trying to give you a good review.
The gloves are off.
The gloves are off.
That's right.
Quite
What
literally.
would be the standard?
Yeah, so what would you, as a fabricator in the shop and doing stuff in the field, what would you be cutting?
As a customer.
I mean, what I use these saws to cut the most is 2x2 square tubing.
Okay.
So let me go get some of that. So, great example, and we did a video about this. We built a custom railing for a guy, and it was 4 stories of continuous rail.
Oh yeah.
And it was zigzag like this. I could not have done it without a saw like this because I took my Isuzu flatbed full of sticks of 1x2 steel tubing to his house, pulled the sides off my flatbed, and I put one of these saws on the deck of my truck, and I cut every single miter for 4 floors worth of railing. So in my mind, that's where this type of saw really shines, especially one that's so quiet like this, if you're in the customer's house, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But all of that was made out of 1x2 steel tubing. This is 2x2, 14 gauge, a little less than 1/8 inch. But this is, if you do any sort of architectural metalworking, railings, gates, fences, doors, brackets, this is what you're probably using the most. This and like 1/2 inch solid round bar or 1/2 inch solid square bar for your pickets. So what do you say we run it back with this?
Let's do that.
Something a little more normal for these things to be cutting. And we'll just do, I don't know, 1/4 inch sliver. We get 2 birds with 1 stone. Now, square tubing, hollow, if it's less than 1/8, I'm turned up to 2. You know what? Yeah, I just learned something. So that test we just did was solid. It tells you what kind of,
The blade, the
I
tooth.
had the absolute wrong blade in here. So this one probably has the, I would guess the 14
Probably a
TPI.
14, yeah.
Okay, a little sidebar, if you'd like to know how bandsaw blades are named, you're looking for, other than the physical height and thickness and overall length of the blade, you're then looking at a number which is called the TPI, or teeth per inch. In Europe or other countries, it might be teeth per centimeter, or tooth per millimeter. But over here in America, it's TPI, which means in any given inch, there are this many teeth, indicating the tooth density. And the reason that's important, as it's been explained to me, when you're cutting really thick stuff and the blade is buried deep in 2 solid walls of material, you need more space between the teeth to get the chips out of the way.
Right. Yep.
And so the reason my chips were turning into powder like this was because I have way too many teeth on this blade.
Right.
And the chips might not have been this small to begin with, but they were getting ground up by all those teeth in there. So actually what we showed was a pretty big misuse of the saw as it's been set up like this. So that was not the saw's fault. I think in hindsight, I'm thinking and learning about a lot now. But that's cool, actually. So I went to go look at the chart just now, and I'm like, okay, you know, what it shows you is if you're solid stock, you're here. If you're hollow stock, angle, or I-beam, you're over here. And then you go, okay, thickness, indicated here as an S for some reason. But then here you have amount of teeth per inch, X times 1, or X per 1, sorry, Z per 1. Z in this case is number of teeth. So I went over here, this is less than an 1/8 inch thick, and it's square tubing. So it actually is looking for a 18 TPI blade, which is probably more fine than what I've got. I'm gonna try to count here. Okay, this is the 14 TPI blade.
Okay.
We have the same blade.
The same blade. So the
Really?
variable speed and running in reverse makes that much of a difference.
Wow. That's actually very surprising.
Yeah. I don't know. And
That's that whole new generation.
I love this saw.
Yeah.
But I can see the upgrade. Upgrade's making more sense all the time for the money, the extra money you spend.
Well, now that we know that we have the same blade.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way this works, the blade comes out of the package and is designed to fit right on there. For this one, you flip it.
You just flip it.
And stick it on.
Which is not all that difficult to do.
Yeah.
You might be a little scared of it at first, but what I've found is press it up against your body, grab that, and keep your hands clear, but it'll pop. And then you have a reversed blade. Wear gloves when you do it, but that's how you do it. Smaller material is probably the vastly oversimplified version
Other
of that.
way, actually. You want fewer teeth if you've got bigger material, because you want fewer teeth in the material.
Fewer, not smaller.
Right.
So, we have the same blade. Mine says, I have, again, 2 settings, so mine says 2. So I'm gonna do it on 2.
Mine is square, so we're going to go full speed,
So
6.
Okay, so we're running these things full speed. We're taking about 1/4 inch off the end.
Yep.
2x2 square tubing, 14 gauge wall, 782 XL versus,
The NG120 XL.
they're both XL, honestly, which is ironic because they're pretty small. This bottom part is the hardest part.
Yeah.
Time.
20 seconds versus 36 seconds.
Twice as
Almost
fast.
double, yeah.
Dang, they weren't lying. Left to right, it's a little bit, but that's the one you have adjustment for. So that's what this guy is all about.
Yeah, you could true that up.
Where's the top of your cut? Oh, here. Bam.
Right on.
There's a little flashing there. Yeah, they're both touching. Left to right, yours came a little bit out of adjustment, but left to right is not a big deal. That's up to you to get right. The top to bottom is the one that you don't have anything to deal with.
But you can see it with that. It's so little.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
needed to-
as far as welding is concerned, you're in great shape. Your weld is going to pull your material out of square more than that is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so if I didn't have this and I was in the market for my first entry yet quality chop bandsaw, this would be my no-brainer go-to. You know, I'm starting out. I have, I want to put a quality tool in my shop. This is where I would start. But having been in the industry as long as I have now, the upgrade path to me is even more obviously this way, because this adds things to the benchtop bandsaw that I didn't really know you could have. Specifically, what I would imagine is a pretty cheap blade, but being used in a way that makes it twice as good.
Yeah.
It's really quiet. It's cleaner. It has bigger cut capacity. It miters at 60 degrees.
Right.
Variable speed, and it's a 110 machine.
Yeah.
And it's under $1,500.
Right.
Right?
Exactly.
Unless you're ready for a big floor-mounted bandsaw. You're excused.
Excuse me.
Yeah, yeah. It's a bandsaw fart. Once you're ready to get to something like that LS 1600 I have over there, which I also got through you guys.
Yep.
Literally paid.
And is 110 volt,
Right.
much less portable.
Which is a nice saw, but not quote unquote portable, even though they maintain it is.
Yeah.
This to me wins my heart today. Here's the conclusion. I have no idea what I paid for this. I don't really remember. And that was 8 years ago. I have a suspicion that I got very lucky buying a very cheap saw. It really shouldn't be alive anymore, in my opinion. So I bet your mileage will certainly vary with the cheaper stuff. So when it comes to an investment that I feel good about in this type of tool category, H&M has my heart all day long. Yes, you'll find cheaper offshore options, but like when it comes to like value, more so than just dollar value, like longevity, support,
Yeah.
and parts, like this is to me where you want to end up, somewhere in here.
Right.
And there's a lot of offerings, you know, so this one is 6 and change,
So yeah, $6.95.
and then twice the speed, add all the extra features, 60-degree mitering, you end up at,
$18.95 for this saw.
sure. And you know,
It is a big jump, but speeds that we literally showed it, are double
Yeah.
or faster than that just by going in the opposite direction.
and when you really consider the fact that that Ellis I bought was a little over $4,000,
Right,
most of what I'm cutting on that Ellis saw could easily be cut on this.
right.
So you could really be running the same business that I'm running, architectural metalworking, and have this be the backbone of your entire shop.
Yeah, there's always going to be a market for this little guy over here.
Yeah, I mean,
With
let's,
zero support, who knows where it was built, where it came from, where we probably do know.
yeah, well, and remember what I was saying
And
about
get
the
the
blades?
blades.
That was not an exaggeration. I literally was like, took this blade off, measured it, gave it to the abrasives guy. He went and ordered that blade, and it would run off the rollers every single time.
Yeah,
So I think that's a pretty authentic window into the world that these saws occupy. Now, as always, it's up to you guys to figure out where you want to spend your money. So yeah, that's a deep dive, I think, into the world of Femi saws, H&M saws, and really benchtop band saws as a whole. Because the last thing I will say about this particular saw is when it came out, what are we guessing, 15, 20 years ago?
oh yeah, for sure.
This was the one. This was the first one.
Yeah.
And it made a huge splash. I do remember, I was young, but I was in the metalworking world when this thing hit the market.
Right.
And it was like it was that third option that you've been hoping for between
Yeah.
the cold saw and the abrasive
And
saw.
we sold tons of them.
Yes.
When they and have, you know, it fritters out, the market gets saturated,
Sure.
or whatever.
But like when you
It's time.
see cheap ones online, I can promise you that they copied this one.
Yeah.
And guess what? It works off an extension cord.
It does work off an extension cord. Ellis, thank you for dealing with that long-winded journey. We appreciate you, and the reason we shared all that is just because we want to give you all the information so you can make the best decision with your money. And happy cutting. See you guys. I just went on Amazon because I know that's what y'all are gonna do when you click off this video. And the first one I found on Amazon that seems to be a double extra copy of this kind of saw is literally sold by a company called Kaka. The very first one. So,
How much does Kaka run you?
well, this Kaka costs $320. No thanks. So there you go. There's 20 seconds of market research with Tay and Frank.